Today I'm going to be talking about the difference between terrorism and criminal activity. It's like terrorism is defined by like the sort of violence for political expression. And terrorism is a crime, and terrorists are criminals, kind of thing. But the difference between someone who is a terrorist and a criminal is the attention of a perpetrator and the desired result. And it's like with ISIS and all, IS and all, they kind of intend to take over the world and create a caliphate. While someone who commits murder might not be doing it for like power or always be doing it for power. Because crime can be a bit more. This is what we're doing, and yeah, this is what we're doing. As this person might stand in our way. It's a bit like. Which kind of begs the question: are criminal gang leaders terrorists, as they want power and control, just the same way as like terrorists and IS do? But it's a bit like. A lot of the times, in criminal gangs, it's a bit like they commit a crime because they pose a threat to them. As they might have exposed secrets, or as they might have left and all. While in terrorism, you're generally not around long enough to leave. Especially in Syria and Iraq and Afghanistan and all. Where you pretty much, where you're a terrorist, you're gonna get shot at. As I have seen videos on YouTube where the women in northern Afghanistan have been fighting back against Taliban in the burqas and all. And it's a bit good at them fighting back. I admire those women that fight. As they have children to look after and all. And yet they're still fighting. Which is more than that can be said about some people. And it's a bit with a lot of the times with terrorism and all. It's generally religious, but there has been state-sponsored terrorism and all that. I've been watching watched a documentary about the history of North Korea up until about 9/11, I think it was. And it's North Korea doesn't see terrorism as a crime, so it's but it's a bit more for wanting to get reunify Korea. North Korea is a strange country. And the way that terrorists and criminal gangs increase their numbers and employ people is by choosing the vulnerable. If you're vulnerable, you want rooting for something, and as something is absent in their life, parents' love or friends and all. Not having the best confidence. But it's these terrorists and criminal gangs and all kind of fill that gap for them. It's like, and it's like sometimes you get so far into everything you can't back out. It's like, if you leave like a gang, want to leave like a gang, it's like oftentimes you can't, as like the only way out is death. It's like, which isn't ideal, it's like a lot of people are promising. And yeah, it's like sometimes the government should be doing more to protect the kind of like the youths of today, so they can have like a better future tomorrow. So we can all live happily ever after, which isn't likely with at all. It's like as essentially in human nature to literally, especially like these days, to throw like the like point boom sticks at each other. I don't know, it's like whether it's like mortars, guns, drones, planes, ships. Grenade. Fists. I'll stop now. I really shouldn't be laughing and smiling at that. And it's but like gangs and like terrorists have created like wars and all, but like I know that Mexico has like a war on drugs and all. It's like in the Middle East there's like a war on terror. It's like both of them are probably just as bad as each other. Although Middle East has come up more often than not than like Mexico, as it's a bit more as you have like people going over to like IS to join them, and it's as like Islamic State are using like Twitter and social media to like post beheadings and all. I haven't heard of like criminal gangs and cartels using Twitter. Say, hey, we killed so and so, we killed this many people. Which is a bit like probably the reason why cartels have stayed around so long. Although Spike has changed a little bit since like the days of Pablo Escobar and all. It's still a large thing, but it isn't like what it used to be with like Pablo Escobar, and as Pablo Escobar was like so successful at what he did, and he was able to get away with it for like so long until he was like shot dead. But yeah, and it's Taliban and Al Qaeda have gone on so long, as they place things like the drug cartels, Taliban and Al Qaeda have done so well, as they place things well, unless it's Osama bin Laden, who is unfortunately dead. I say unfortunate, I mean very fortunate that he's dead. And ISIS is a bit it's like the new kid on the block, and it's a bit like Al Qaeda haven't been supporting it. It's a bit like what can Islamic State do? Islamic State doesn't quite have a history and all as like the Taliban or Al Qaeda. It's but like look at the Taliban, but like they've been in control of like Afghanistan for a number of years before they were ousted by America and all. It's but like Al Qaeda was led by Osama bin Laden, who was Saudi, and they've also produced like one of the most notable terror attacks, 9/11, ever. No, it's like, and they've all been like around for like 10 years at least, like 10-15 years at least. It's like, well, the first time I heard of Islamic State was in 2013, which was only about coming up to like 5 years ago. No, it's like, and they're probably like 15 years old at most. It's what like as it kind of came around like around the time of Saddam Hussein was Iraq War, and when Saddam Hussein was ousted from power and hanged, I think. I really need to look on my history, look up on my history. So yeah, this is the video for the 1st of January. Whether or not it goes up on the 1st of January with the other video, I don't know, but fingers crossed it will. I'll see you all tomorrow, where I could be talking about something else. See you all tomorrow!